Hello, this is Storyboard. I am Naomi Datta bringing you all the action in the A&M space. IPL 6 got off to a showy start with an opening ceremony that looked like a film awards show and reportedly cost the BCCI 22 crore rupees. Well, subtlety or austerity has never been one of its virtues. While it's too early to talk about ratings, one thing seems to be clear. As far as the investing brands go, be it IPL sponsor Pepsi or new entrant Yes Bank, the IPL is a very bankable proposition, giving them maximum mileage for their investments. Pavdi Mittal, who's fast turning into the in-house expert on the IPL, has this report.
It was cricketainment at its gimmicky best. The opening ceremony of IPL 6 even added an airborne trophy to the proceedings. The message was loud. Doomsday prophets be damned, the IPL was alive, kicking and raring to go.
First ball of the Pepsi IPL 2013.
The only potential spoiler though still remains Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha's objection to Sri Lankan players playing in Chennai. But the BCCI is pretty unfazed by that.
In my view, absence of Sri Lankan players in one venue and one match of each franchisee is not going to affect the efficacy of IPL. Because it's just for one match and each franchisee will have to do away with some Sri Lankan players for one match only. In rest of the matches, they will be playing. So where is the question of league being affected without Sri Lankan players? Sri Lankan players are very much there. Just in Chennai venue they will not be there. In other venues they are going to be there. So and there also the Sri Lankan player will be replaced by another foreign player. So it will be a very interesting game. But we had to take this decision because law and order is very important for us. We can't risk the safety and security of Sri Lankan players. At the same time, the sentiments of local people, Tamil Nadu people, has also to be kept in mind before taking a decision. So we have found a middle path by which Sri Lankan board is also satisfied. Tamil Nadu government is also satisfied. Government of India is also satisfied. BCCI and players, everybody is happy. So and franchisee also we have requested them and they have also agreed. About knockout matches, we will be taking a decision later.
Despite these concerns, brands have put their money where their mouth is and invested in the IPL.
Title sponsor Pepsi, which backed the rights for 5 years for nearly 400 crore rupees, that's significantly more than what was shelled out by previous sponsor DLF, is banking on high visibility. Flagship brand Pepsi will clearly get the biggest push. The ongoing Oh Yes Abhi campaign will peak during the IPL. But IPL is too big an investment to restrict only to one brand. And the company says other brands too will get a push.
We've got very strong regional brands, whether it's 7-Up in the south, it's Mountain Dew in the north. That will allow us to, build very strong regional salience for our regional brands. Our snacks portfolio is going to be sampled, it's going to be vended in stadia. And Lay's, which again has a very strong Heritage Cricket Association along with Pepsi, will be also launching a campaign and flavors in the back of the Pepsi IPL. So I think snacks brands are going to get integrated very strongly. Gatorade, we've got the premier sports marketing, sports hydration brand in the world. And Gatorade is something that again, we're going to be associated not only on ground but also through sweat tests and some of the typical Gatorade associations that we do. So that's something that we want to do. So we've really thought through a grid of how do we want to leverage our brands into this portfolio, and again, how do we leverage it in stadia versus fans on broadcast.
Pepsi is also counting on brand activation in player dugouts, VIP boxes and online engagement to window dress their prize acquisition. It has also picked up pouring rights for 8 franchisees, excluding Mumbai Indians. The company, which invests big on sports, is confident of huge returns on the estimated 150 to 160 crore rupees it is spending on the IPL this season.
It also allows us to do a lot of integrations. It allows us to do, both in the match and outside the match on broadcast. So we've done that as well. And so as I said, I think once you've done all that, then you package it all right for the consumer and the fan. So for me, absolutely justifiable marketing experience. When you're doing it, do it big, and then leverage it.
While Citigroup, Volkswagen and Hero MotoCorp decided not to return this year, Vodafone continues as associate sponsor. And the much-loved Zuzus, who debuted during IPL 1, will return this year. Vodafone's investment is close to 160 crore rupees for 5 years. The company, which is also a broadcast sponsor, says it continues to back the IPL because it pays off.
We invested ahead of time and it paid back in return of investment terms, in salience terms, in all measurable mechanics and KPIs that we put into place to figure whether it's working for us. And that is the same maths that we've done to make sure that we can justify coming back to this property.
If Vodafone is keeping the faith, new entrant Yes Bank is testing the pitch as official partner financial services. With a similar investment of 150 crore rupees for a span of 5 years, its plan is to use the tournament as a direct marketing tool and increase their brand reach.
Rather than just focusing on the mass appeal through mass media sort of platforms, our whole strategy is to build consumer connect on ground in our branch serving areas, which is part of our Yes community strategy that we already have deployed. So the system is tested. We seek to sort of run with this initiative in our branch serving areas, and that, to my mind, is our biggest clutter breaking strategy, which is more direct and more engaged, if I were to add, rather than just pure brand highlights.
With brands putting their faith and money in the IPL, the BCCI is trying to protect their interests against ambush marketing. The cricketing body also advised franchisees to give preference to title sponsor Pepsi for the pouring rights, leaving its competitor Coca-Cola with only Mumbai Indians. But what's interesting is that despite that commitment, the BCCI has signed on with Star Plus as associate sponsor, a direct competitor to broadcast sponsor Multi-Screen Media.
There can't be two title sponsorship of same brand, and similarly in other things also. But franchisees, they can get people from the same area or same segment, so that is there. So I mean, if you are asking about the Star and Sony, I don't think there is any conflict that way, because they are only associate sponsors. So I mean, saying that it will affect Sony's marketing plans or their impact, I don't think that is true.
The BCCI doesn't think there's anything wrong with Star Plus's involvement, but the official broadcaster of the IPL, Multi-Screen Media, clearly doesn't see it with the same lens.
It's an interesting thing. We certainly are glad that Star recognizes the IPL as the biggest sporting property, and it sounds like they're a little desperate to get on it.
But the other big concern has been that of viewership, especially of afternoon matches where even the in-stadium attendance has been lower than that of the primetime 8 p.m. matches. But the BCCI has an answer for that as well.
We are trying to divide them as in equal number, and secondly, we are trying to minimize as many 4 o'clock matches as we can. Then we will be adding some new elements also in 4 o'clock matches, so we get, so internationally it's not a problem for the viewership in 4 o'clock matches, but domestically obviously people are in the office or they are not able to switch on TV at 4 o'clock. So there is good viewership, but it's not up to the expectation.
We'll be keeping a tab on the viewership along with the brands that have invested in the IPL. But for the time being, at least tournament sponsors are certain that the IPL will give them bang for their buck. Some good news then for a tournament that is in the habit of getting written off every year. In Mumbai, Pavni Mittal.
The IPL wouldn't be the IPL without a little bit of controversy. So if it's not the Sri Lankan players, it is Star Plus, which may have hit official broadcaster MSM's plans for a Yes Bank maximum. Yes, that's what they call a 6 these days. Storyboard.